For today's video, we have the round 14 question and answer. So we have 89 questions here, or 89 comments, probably 75 of them are questions from the weekly review video that I do. To everyone who watched me capitulate in round 14, had a really shocking week, obviously, and a few things went wrong. I'll probably have to do a video on learnings from this year and what I can do better next year, but thought I took learnings pretty well from last year, applied them into my starting team, and then kind of forgot about fundamentals going throughout the season. Really unfortunate and very undisciplined, but yeah, just before I get into the questions, what sort of went wrong I think this year? Going for speculative when I didn't need to, such as Bo's too early to be going on a pick like that. We traded rookies too early, like far too many of them, like Bergman early, Jordan early, Kaczynski early, Rowe early, Flynn early, Dev Robertson early. There's probably more. So you can see that's where I'm 500k team value, and that's why I had to go for value picks like Stephen May, look for value forwards like Toby Green, for example, so rather than paying up for others. So definitely a lot of misplays this year, and hopefully hold my nerve a bit for next year. So looking forward to next year already, but right now it's very, very important to finish in terms of finishing our teams, because we want to make sure we have the right amount of trades left. We want to make sure we have decent rookie cover. We want to make sure we're getting the right premiums in. I think there's a Dangerfield and Neil are absolutely perfect right now, and Whitfield's still an acceptable price. So those are the guys I guess we want to finish the team with. But obviously on the podcast we spoke about some budget options. But yeah, that's enough on that, I think. So I think we'll go through some questions starting from the oldest to the newest on the round review video. Simply Cricket asks, unlucky George, sad to see you go down this far. Hopefully you can get back to top 500 or better. Hopefully. I don't see top 500. I need Guthrie to go berserk, I think, and Bont and Stewart to stay down. That's not happening. Guthrie might come back, but Bont and Stewart are going to kill me. So, and Neil and Zorko now. So yeah, I'm not finishing top 500, I think, but yeah. Good to see a few people sent me some nice messages this week saying, oh, you've helped me a lot. I enjoyed your videos, stuff like that. It's really nice. Some people telling me how it is. Completely fine. It's just didn't have the best last few weeks, but yeah, see how we go for the rest of the year. Dan the man, Khan George, keep the spirit up. Thanks, mate. A lot of comments. Next one, praying for you, George. Time to drink, George. First 4 comments, yeah, interesting one. So that's okay. Yeah, thanks for the support from everyone anyway. But yeah, we'll be fine. Just a game at the end of the day. But still want to be good at it, because we have a whole bloody YouTube channel committed to it. So Terry K, so finally we have a question. Bolton or Danger to finish the team? I'm going to say Dangerfield. Bolton's an interesting one because he just kicks so many goals every game and has so many score involvements. It doesn't feel like it's sustainable, but it kind of is because he's so good. So I've never really seen anything like it, I don't think. Yeah, he's quite phenomenal to watch. So I still think Danger said in 2 weeks that he'll be fully fit or something like that. He said needs another 2 weeks or so to ramp up. Doesn't mean 2 weeks. It just means feels like he's almost there. So I think Danger is probably anywhere between 100 and low 110s probably. Could be upside for more because it's Dangerfield. Could pop a 170 at some point. Bolton's probably a safe 100, I think. Safe anywhere between 95 and 105, maybe with a bit of upside if he goes berserk one game. But we haven't really seen that floor from Bolton, which is weird. But I feel like there's going to be a game where we do see it. But I think probably go Danger. Joe B. I removed my entry as soon as Mitch Duncan did his knee. That was the final straw for me. Slept like a baby that night. Yeah, that's pretty bad if you're thinking about Supercoach at night. Not that. That's been me sometimes, which is quite embarrassing, but that's fine. But yeah, it's quite... when you get an injury like that, especially if you just brought him in, you feel horrible because, yeah, so much needs to go right, and not a lot can go wrong. And just an injury that you get, you bring him straight in, then they get injured. That's happened to me twice, I think, this year. So, but yeah, it's really, really frustrating, and yeah, not much you can do, but it happens. Yeah, sorry, George. Neil looked very good. I think I downplayed Neil a little bit in the video. I definitely take that back. You got to get Neil in. I think he's going to get attention from O'Connor this week. I don't know if it's going to be effective or not. It's been effective in the past, but O'Connor hasn't really been effective the last few weeks, so it's a bit of a weird one. So one way, if you have Neil, do you bring him in with O'Connor coming in? It doesn't hurt to wait a week, but if you can't wait a week, I'd probably bring him in, to be honest, even though if he cops a crap score. Yeah, it's a bit of a hard one, but I think you definitely want Neil in your final team. I can't do it. If you have room, I think Neil is the one. Unless you have 700k sitting there and Bont is there, so yeah. Anthony asks, hey George, who do you think the best forward option is this week? Good question. So Toby Green I liked. Toby Green is very risky and not for the faint-hearted. So unfortunately, GWS have lost their home game against Hawthorn, so now they got to go to the MCG. So I'm kind of spewing over that because I like Toby Green at home versus Hawthorn. Just demolish Carlton off. So Green is still, I think he's 470, so I think he's like okay. I think he had to be last week with Green, but still on okay, averaging 95 odd for the year. Probably does that for the rest of the year, maybe more because of his fixture. It has to be Dangerfield though at 5'10". Even though he's coming down a bit more, he's probably not going to come down much more. So I think Dangerfield at 5'10". Green I like. I don't think you can go Langford anymore now that he magically lost his CBAs for no reason. He was playing well in the inside mid and they just gave him all to Stringer for randomly. So it's pretty random. So yeah, I wouldn't go Langford anymore, unfortunately. Shay's there. Not sure who else. I think those guys are all fine. I think probably Dangerfield. If you need to go down, you could go down. Hind is still there. Hind is perfectly fine. He's unreal. I think he only went to half forward for half a game because of injury. It happened to Dale. Dale I don't mind. But again, coming off a game where he went forward, probably just because of injuries though. Just didn't have his best game either. So I think Dale's still fine as well. But I think I like Hind over Dale. Just has a bit more experience in the defence role. So that kind of gives me a bit more confidence. I think the answer is Dangerfield though. Daniel, keep your chin up, George. After round 6, I was 18th. By round 8, I was 1500. Clawed my way back to 500. Very good job. Now I'm 600th after horrid round 14. Yeah, a lot of us had some worse than others, but a lot of us struggled in round 14. Trade wisely, claw your way up again. There's only one more trade I can do, and that's bring in Dangerfield with 2 trades. And that's if everyone makes their projected with a little bit of leeway. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, good job to make a comeback like that. Yeah, nice work. Supercoach Horse. I went Dale and Langford rip. I think Dale's the role should be there. I think other halfbacks seem to struggle apart from Stewart, but a lot of halfbacks seem to struggle in Geelong. I remember the Crows halfbacks never score anything apart from Laird, who's Laird, but I remember Brodie Smith, he always used to score like 50 in Geelong for some reason. So it might be a halfback thing that they struggle, like opposition halfbacks struggle at Cardinia Park with Dale. I think he'll go straight back to the defence. They got a pretty stacked forward line at the moment, the Dogs, just because of injury. Langford lost his CBA, so I think it's a hard one because from watching footage of Langford, he takes a lot of marks around the ground and he didn't do that for some reason against the Hawks. So that was very odd and his disposal was quite poor. So there's definitely upside for him to score a bit more and at least he's getting some CBAs, whereas when he was a 78 or 79 average or something before he got the mid-time, he got 0 CBAs. So I think there's low 80s might be his floor now, which is good. It just means his ceiling is hurt because when he was getting a lot of CBAs, he runs through the middle of the ground and he's able to accumulate a lot rather than get a lot of points at stoppage. So that was my watching 3 games of him. That was what I got from that. Still, it's not a huge sample size, but with Langford, yeah, if he's playing wing, then I suppose he's running up and down the wings a bit more rather than through the middle of the ground. Not exactly a football coach or expert, so I'm not exactly sure, but that's just observation. So I think Langford will be okay. It could be somewhere in the 80s though. Hopefully he might get some more mid-time because Stringer can't do 25 CBAs every week. No way. Ben Smith, Taron Thomas, an option up forward, lots of CBAs and very good around goals. This could be a Shea Bolton sort of thing where he looks so damn good, but it's like, can he sustain this? I don't know. Shea's proven he can, but Shea's a little bit older and plays for a better team. Taron's what, 440? it's still very risky. I'd go up to a known quantity if you can. I'm not sure. North are going to get flogged a lot, so they had a draw the other week, and then who'd they play this week? I can't even remember. Probably lost to someone, so I think Thomas is okay. It's just, I think you can pay a little bit more, pay extra 60k for Dangerfield. So I just don't trust Thomas, but he looks great. I can't deny that, and he's been really good since playing more mid minutes. If you're really keen on him, I'm not going to stop you from picking him, but I think I would rather pay a little bit more if you can for a more known quantity, such as Dangerfield, even Nick Hind. So I say Nick Hind's a known quantity because he's done this in the VFL. Nearly won the bloody Brownlow there playing halfback. Fezzy holding hands, inspirational George. That was regards to Zeeble, and I made a comment about Zeeble and Hall running right next to each other, exiting defence, which is very weird. I mean, they just want some stats or something. So Nathan Mitchell asks, keep doing your fantasy reviews as well. Both your Supercoach and fantasy videos are good. Thank you, Nathan. I think I just uploaded an AFL Fantasy video, and already the first few comments are, oh no, here we go. He's moving to fantasy because Supercoach didn't go well the past few weeks, but partially true. But I actually enjoy fantasy. I don't know why I stopped doing fantasy videos. I never played it before, but this year I really enjoyed it. It's a different game, and you can hedge your bets. You know, you're not doing well in Supercoach, maybe you're doing well in fantasy, and vice versa. You pick up a few things as well in terms of, I think, because you got to make more judgments early on rookies in fantasy for the most part, so that might help a little bit if you look at the content for people who make content for that. So that can help a little bit, but different game, different strategy, definitely more forgiving, but still you don't want to make mistakes in fantasy because then you're behind. But yeah, it's more fatal in Supercoach if you make mistakes. But look, I encourage people to play it. Give it a go. If you don't like it, that's fine. In our Discord, every time I say something about AFL Fantasy, it's shut up, George. It's Stephen A. Smith gif. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. Every time I say one thing about fantasy. So we even made a fantasy section. They tell me to piss off to that section when I say it. So I get why people hate it, why people dislike the video. If I dislike my fantasy videos because they think Supercoach is better, or like, why would you even touch fantasy? I get it. But yeah, I'll do both, and don't click it if you don't want to watch it. Like, who cares? So we'll see. I want to do a bit more, not maybe just reviews, not so much content, but yeah, we'll see. Sam Resums, sorry. Do you think Taylor Adams in a couple of weeks at his price is good to finish off the mid? Oh, he is so injury prone, it's disgusting. Coming up a lot of injuries. I think he'll be very cheap. He's probably better off going Pendlebury, to be honest, but I think with Adams, I hate going in blind. Like Lockie Neal, for example, coming off a few injuries. So like with Whitfield and Danger, obviously they were really slow to start. Neal's got the bye week to get going. Obviously the first game back he was quite poor, but I just wanted to see one game of form from Adams before I touch him. So that would be that's how I like to do it. I don't even trust him to stay fit for the rest of the year, so I'd probably look elsewhere, to be honest. But he could be really cheap. He might even be super cheap for next year in Supercoach, which don't want to go near it. But if he's too cheap, it's like could hurt you. So anyway, this year, I don't know. I feel like he's still not fully fit at the moment, so I don't. Nah. Anyway. Wish I got Green to join this roller coaster with you, mate, from Fezzy T. I love Toby Green's the one thing I got going for me, and I say that because he went well this week. But like in Discord, I just spam King Tobias like non-stop, just for shits and giggles. But yeah, look, his floor is actually not too bad. But given he's a forward, the Giants get smashed one game. I'm not sure Green's going to score much. A bit like Butters. But yeah, Green's obviously slightly different role, but. He's averaged 95 this year. It's just durability's been bad. This year's durability's been good, apart from a fractured shoulder, which was luck related. So I had a full preseason, but yeah, I like Green. I've always wanted to own him in the back end of the season, and here we are. Just said screw it, just bring in Green. He's averaging well. He's a superstar. At least you know what you're going to get from Green. Whereas with Langford, who I almost went, I was like, I think he's going to play midfield, and then he doesn't even play it. So it's like, yeah, Green was a good price, good fixture. Still okay pick, I think. Matthew Heath, unlucky George. Yeah, unlucky partially, but also bad play. So I have to acknowledge both. Would you recommend going Cripper to Neil this week? Cripper has break even at 123, plays the Crows. And let's say Oliver scores, and they let Oliver score 200 on, and Neil is playing on O'Connor. You'd say, but also has break even of 94. So do you do Cripps for Neil this week or wait a week? Well, Cripps sucks, so Neil's probably going to score more than Cripps getting tagged. Now, who knows? You can't guess 1 week stuff, but I would just get it over and done with this week, to be honest. Because Cripps has only got near 123, like once or twice, even though he's playing the Crows this year. I'd probably get it done this week, but look, it's hard to answer 1 week because they can score anything. Like Neil might go 150 and the tag might not be effective. He might score 60 and the tag will be effective. So you can just, it's not that bad to cop it this week, to be honest. You probably get, completely fine. I'd go this week because if you do it this week, then you might lose out on points, but at least you've got him. But if you could wait for next week and Neil goes bananas and Cripps goes 87, which is what he's averaging, well, now it's a harder upgrade. So I don't know what your money situation is like, but I would just potentially take the points hit this week and get it done this week. So just in case something goes wrong next week, that's all. Take the potential points hit this week. But get it done, get Neil in, get it, be over and done with it. So that's what I would do. Stat padding masterclass. Yes, it was. Hall and Siebel, they asked. It was a stat padding masterclass. Hey George, would you go Neil over Danger if you had to make a choice, and which one would you go for? Lockie Neil for sure. Or would you wait for Danger and next week or two and hope to get Bont in? Probably just go Dangerfield because hoping for Bont plays the Crows. I'm dreading that game for 2 reasons. Crows going to get smashed probably. They've been okay this year, but Bont, we don't have a response for Bont. He's going to kill us, so we'll see. But yeah. Just go Neil now. Would you rather, from Red Hot YouTube, YT, would you rather get Pendlebury M8 plus Danger next week or Toronto Spray is Brayshaw, M8 and Danger the week after? Go for the week after. I think you're safer with Toronto or Brayshaw over Pendlebury because I love Pendlebury, but he's 33, new coach. How they're going to use him, it could be risk. Whereas Toronto, Brayshaw, Toronto has a bit of fall time, but he's for the most part nothing's going to change with him, and Brayshaw nothing's probably going to change with him either. Although Brayshaw's bloody CBAs have been well down the past few weeks, super frustrating. But yeah, I would wait a week. Gustafer, Neil look beastly. What level would you go to trade him in a few rounds time? Lions run home after this week is ridiculous. Yep, it is. I traded Lloyd to Haynes this round and this round just to get Bont. Just gone to get Bont. I'm thinking of doing something equally as silly to get Neil. So Lloyd to Haynes, I did think about going like a Lloyd to Houston or Oliver to Kelly, but it just felt so bad to go for like two of the most durable players we've ever seen to a player who's had injuries. I couldn't stomach it. So going Lloyd to Haynes, I guess you got so much money and that got you Bont. I think you did well because you got Bont. But yeah, so are you thinking of doing like a premium mid to like a Pendlebury or something like that? It wouldn't be to Pendlebury, but like a forward to Harry McCaw or something like that. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's probably not this week to get Neil, but look, if you can just figure out what you're doing with trades and figure out, put Neil as 120 and then whoever you're other trading, just figure out what they're going to average and then just add the points up. So it's in like what's going to like A versus B situation. So I don't really know your situation. But yeah, I'd love to get, if I had free trades, I would definitely sideways a mid to Neil, but I don't. If you have free trades, you can just sideways a midfielder to Neil. So just go A versus B scenario, put Neil as 120, and then see what the other players are, and whatever, yeah, go from there. Thoughts on Hayden's role with Phil Davis back in the team? Not really sure. I can't answer that. I think he played this role with Haynes with Phil in the team last year, didn't he? I can't remember. Because Haynes was playing wing earlier. I'm not actually sure. Because Haynes was scoring weird because his role was weird early in the season, wasn't it? I'm not sure. I can't remember the correlation. Sorry, can't help you with that. I think it should be fine though. I'd be surprised because wouldn't Phil Davis help Nick Haynes? I'm not sure. I'm not sure to be honest, but I think it will be fine. I'm just not 100% sure. Jack and Jarquez YT. Need 2 forwards with 7 trades. Should I get Danger in a couple of weeks? Looking at Hind as the other. Should do it. Cunnington looking good. Yes, he's looking dangerous. He's been burn man for too long though, so it's a bit of a weird one. Injuries, age, unproven over a long period of time. Don't really trust it, but I think he's expensive as well. So could work, but not sure. Thoughts on Penderbury's M9? I'll take. Yeah, perfect M9, beautiful. Clark Clements. Never seen you so upset, Joss. Was I that upset? Wasn't that bad, was it? Nah. That's good. Too much emotional investment into a bloody game. Not healthy. Very bad. Love your videos. Ranked 69. Hoping to grab a top 10 from Craig Chatterton. Good luck, mate. Go the way. Yeah, I think if you're even if you're like 200, I still think you're like a shot at winning. It depends on your final teams. There's got to be someone in the top 500 somewhere that has like Took, Lyons, Bont, Oliver, Neil, McRae, and Parrish. There's got to be someone that has that midfield that's just going to go ape in the back half of the year. So we'll see. Gallows, I think I might struggle to crack 1K again. Oh, he's talking to me. I think it might be a struggle for me to crack 1K again with your outfit, if I'm being honest. I know the projections aren't everything, but I'm ranked 700 and a projection around 100 points more than what you're showing with Merritt, captain, and a midfield of Bond McRae. Although he's got a really nice midfield, and he has Stewart as well. My only point being there are so many stacked sides in the top 1K, you're going to need some luck with injuries and captaincies from here. Definitely not impossible, but I'd be pretty impressed if you can get top 1K. Best of luck. You're completely right. I don't see I think top 1K is possible. It's highly unlikely. I think I could regress to 2K, 3K. I'm not even sure. It's just it depends. It depends on Guthrie that I have, and then Stewart, Neil, Zorko, Bont. They're gonna slaughter me. All 4. I think Stewart's gonna slaughter me the most because he's the most highly owned, and Bont's also gonna kill me. Given I don't have those 4, I don't see. I'd be shocked if I got into the top 1K, but. Look, as long as I don't have a disgraceful ranking at this, that's what we're playing for now. I hope we can maintain rank, but we'll need to nail our captains because we've actually torched our captains quite badly the past few weeks. We had that Grundy captain, then we had an Oliver 100 captain. I think we had another Oliver 100 captain. Then we had a Merritt this week. It's just been a disaster after disaster. It's pretty bad, but yeah, I don't have a great team, not at all. I have a decent, okay team. It's not good enough. Well, I had 13.57 with 5 to play on Sunday. Okay, don't need to rub it in now, do we? Kelly Mack. Seeing a lot of coaches have traded very aggressively this year, like we were going to have as many trades as last year. Going to see a lot of top 100, top 1,000 slide from here. I mean, yeah, it could be. I could be one of those people. I don't think I have any fake primo, so I think I'm okay. It's just I don't have a missing top end primo, but. Yeah, I think I assumed that Atkins and Impey were keepers early on, and I acted as if they were. Maybe Impey still is. Probably looked like it. He looked every bit a keeper for 80% of the year. But assuming Atkins was keeper, and then like CJ, I thought maybe off transfer keeper. Stupid. Like he was never going to be a keeper. So when you looked at just how we played, so assuming that, and then using that as an excuse to trade aggressively, It's very stupid, very dumb, but very important lesson for next year. So, yep. Yeah, you're right. I criticize me all you want. Like it's good for me. So that's all good. Carmini, rough week. When you're the upper echelon, you got to try and maintain upgrade cadence, and sometimes I don't even know what that means. I'm a dumbass. And sometimes that means committing to trades on the basis of less exposed form than we'd like. Yes, that's true. But as I said at the start of the video, I completely destroyed my cash gen, and that was why I was in position. I needed 450k forwards. So, and then you couldn't get to Bont. Couldn't even get to Jared Lyons. I had to go for Kelly or Neil, and went Kelly. Nah, mistake. But that's fine. But yes, it's true though. You don't want to pick players on short amount of exposed form, and that's why early it's important to just hold your nerve early, I think. And it's so hard to recognize whether a player is real or not, like a Bose, for example. So, but when you should just let it go. So yeah, should have let that one go and not picked him. So that's fine. But yeah, at this stage it's like Langford. Everyone knew there was a chance it wasn't going to work, but the ceiling looked really good and the CBAs looked really good. So yeah, it's a hard one. The game's hard. That's why I bought Langford in fantasy. Sorry to talk about fantasy here. And on Sunday, I looked at it and I was like, George, this year's taught you one thing. It's stop picking speculative. And I looked at it and I was like, I know the upside's there, but like, do I need another problem? And I couldn't trade to anyone else. There was one game left and I had a buy player, so I needed to get points this week. And lo and behold, it didn't score that well, but it still might be good. It's only one game, but it's still the losing of CBAs is enough reason to say, well, that's why you pick more known quantities if you can. But yeah, depends on money and situation. I hope that made sense. Thoughts on holding Porto and Bianco for the year as backup and forward and mid, back and mid and forward cover, and then hold Reeves ruck cover. Yeah, that's fantastic. I'd love Poole to cover. I think all we all need is money. I think we all traded him, but Porter's going to play throughout the year. I love him. He's a great player. And Bianco, thought he was going to be covered for the rest of the year. Maybe not. So not sure. We'll see. I think he might be in and out the team, rotating with a few other. Might see if Finn McRae get a few games and then Bianco out, but we'll see. But Bianco looked quite good. What are some forward line options for under 550k that you would recommend? From Jory Johnson. Okay, let's have a quick look at that. Give me a second. I think Taron Thomas is that price. I keep saying Harry Mackay. I don't know why, but just because he's like 300k. Players. Sorry, give me 1 sec. Looking up forwards. Probably just skip like 10 seconds. And we'll filter bloody Jarman Imp if you don't have him, I guess. Jeremy Cameron, I don't trust. Oh man, it's really slim, under 450. Aaron Norton's 380. Oh man, it's horrible. I think it's Jeremy Cameron or Taylor Walker off the bye. The options are horrible. Yeah. Could go Jezza. I hate all of them, sorry. I think the most likely to go 80 plus is, if you have cover, I'd actually go for Taylor Walker, to be honest. I know he's risky, but again, you don't want to be in this position, so Taylor Walker has the upside, so average 94 for the year with an injury game, I think, so, or he's playing through a calf issue, so I think it's probably Cameron, Walker, Impey, Lambert coming back. Could go Lambert. Yeah, could go one of those guys, but yeah, rough spot to be in. Oh, my things reset. My questions, hold up. Very disorganized. But yeah, it's a tough spot to be in. I'd actually probably go Taylor Walker just for the upside. Okay, next question from Jory again. Damn George, I was in a similar position to you at the time and picked Bont over Guthrie. Now I'm living my best life. Oh, I can't believe I picked a player just because of a buy round, man. I said, like, on every bloody podcast, we ordered them 3 weeks in a row. Bont, Guthrie, Lions. We said Bont 1, Lions 2, Guthrie 3. And for some fucking reason, excuse my language, I went Bont, I went Guthrie, just because of the buy round. But he was looking good. He was an 80 at half time before he did his AC join, so whatever. Sorry about so many questions. This guy's asked 4 questions in a row. What's your thoughts on Stringer, Haynes and Pendlebury? Haynes, yes. Pendlebury, yes, if that's your price range. Stringer, no. Don't trust his body. Yeah, so go to one of those two. Or do you want to wait for Dangerfield? I'd probably wait for Dangerfield, to be honest. Yeah. So Haynes and Pendlebury, fine. Haynes is probably the best one because of his price and position. And then, yeah, perfectly fine to wait for Dangerfield. Christopher asked, 1309 for me. Oh man, that is so bad, and that's what I scored. We are so screwed. Took VC on Stewart. Bit of saving grace, yeah. Fielded 13. Yeah, that's rough. At least you got a good captain. Could be worse. Someone in my league scored 400. Yeah, jeez. Supercoach oils. Oh man, we have a lot of questions. We got to power through these. At the start of the season, round 1, I have 9 trades left with 350k in the bank, over 4 midfield of over 570k mid premiums, and I need 1 more defender to fill defense. Very nice. Green, Danger or Dusty, and May, Houston or Haynes. So Danger and May, Houston, Haynes. I'm going to say May. Houston's had a lot of injury problems. Haynes, slightly untrustworthy, but proven last year, I guess. So good price. Thoughts on Wines as a pick? Fine. Problem with Wines is he's having like a career year and he's only averaging, like less than 110, is it now? I think. So feel like he's not. There's too many other players that are going like 115 plus. So I think it's okay, but probably not enough value in him anymore. NJD. G'day George, struggling a bit at the moment. Wondering what your thoughts on Scott Pendlebury is. Yep, I think he's fine for 420. I'd expect somewhere in the 90s. Even if he changes his role a bit, he'll still score fine because he's Pendlebury. Don't think he'll go forward, but he only went forward because of injury, but he might be moved back. The problem is with the new coach, how they're going to use him. Not sure. Probably through the midfield until Adams is back. So by then, it'll be like 5 rounds to go. So I think it's fine. Richard, keep pushing hard. George, you're the glue that holds the community together. Good, bad, or otherwise. Thanks, mate. Wouldn't say I'm the glue. Supercoach would be fine without me. But yeah, try and have a voice in the community. I think it's important. Yeah. Richard also asks, should I take 2 weeks, 3 to 4 trades to get the cash for Bont, or complete my team this week with the Neil type? I think if it takes 2 weeks and 4 trades to get the Bont, just grab Neil this week. Oh, actually, because Neil might get tagged. That's a really hard question. Maybe just go Neil this week, grab his, because I think he plays Adelaide the week after, so if you can grab him for the Adelaide game, do that. Bont's going to be like 7-10, I think. It's going to be very hard. I don't know how you can get to that. Yeah, probably just go Neil. Dude, I have effed up my past 2 weeks. My ins, Langford, Reeves, Dale, all splitting it up. Trading at MP, Hind. Oh no, don't have me traded at Hind. I guess that forward roll threw you off. That's pretty rough. Langford might be fine. Reeves will play eventually, and Dale I think will be fine. So it's not the end of the world, just short-term pain. Do you think Harry Mackay's a good option if I want to upgrade some rookies? At the price, yes. Otherwise, you're better off paying up. I think Mackay can go somewhere in the 80s, upside of 90. I have 4. Hamish asks, I have 4 trades left with a few upgrades left. I don't know how you're going to fix that with cash in the bank. Do you think I should risk and use 3 trades and have 1 injury trade and play it safe with 2 trades and 2 injury trades? I'd play it safe with 2. Yeah, probably. Let's go for like a cheap option, like a Haynes or something. I have a few rookies that I can't upgrade. I have a few rookies that I have and can't upgrade them. What should I do with them? Those are Cozzy, Waitman, Perkins, CCJ. Hold CC, just use them as cover. Simple as that. George is the Chris Scott first seat trades. Loves laid out. Bloody Chris Scott though. Dev Robbo, Bo asks, Dev Robbo plus Waitman for Edwards and Danger, or Dev Robbo plus Jones rookies and Jones rookies, and then upgrade next week to get Grundy back. I would get Grundy back. You don't want to be that guy without Grundy. No way. So yeah, do that. Get Grundy. And then grab, you can maybe, if you can somehow grab Danger after, or just grab another forward. Guthrie over Bont hurts. I took Rich over Mills because of the buy structure. Never again. Yeah, I know. Just bloody want this season to end so I can not pick players based on a one buy round like 6 weeks in advance. Hey George, which one of Porter and Waitman? Then again with Guthrie, like you can't predict Ace, like a Ruckman to fall on him and bust his AC joint. This is super unlucky, but it's fine. Hey George, which one of Porter and Waitman should I upload to get Neil? Waitman. Hey George, Sultan going Lockie, Jones and Waitman to Edwards and Danger. I think that'll be the 2 most common trades. Yep, do that. Hey George, should I trade Jones to Bramble and hold next week, or for Neil, or Wines with 2 injury trades and go Jones to Waitman and Bramble and Titch with 3 injury trades? Go down to 2 and grab Neil. I got Dale over Green last week and regretted it as soon as Dale got moved forward, praying that they bring Shaky back who kicks 6 in the VFL if Norton can't play. I think Norton's going to play, so that might be fine. Highlight of my weekend, watching me capitulate. Fair enough. Head up, mate. A lot of us in the same boat from Supercoach Pro. Team's looking good. Thanks, mate. Still, the big dogs are going to kill me, but I think we're okay to like maybe hold or slightly fall. I don't think capitulate. Maybe there's a few people that capitulate in front of us, but probably not. I mean, if they're high ranked, they're probably high ranked because they're good, so they're probably not going to screw up that hard. Hey George, should I use 3 trades to get Neil or 2 trades to get a defender? Use letters, M8. Go down to get Neil. The famous, thinking of trading Brayshaw to Bont this week. Probably should have been done last week. With 5 trades left and Luke Edwards playing as my only rookie. Thoughts? Yeah, that's fine. If you've got 5 trades left and you can get to a final upgrade in 2 or 3, that's fine. Anybody in the 400 to 500 range this week, or wait for Danger and potentially Rao to bottom out? Rao, I'm not really. I need to see 2 good games from Rao, so wait for Danger. Wait for Danger. End of the day, used to 1% you take that start of the year. No, not for me. I need a 3 years top 500. Need to do better than that for me, but that's fine. Solid game. What do you think of the Hail Marys, like Danger, Stringer, Degoe, Pendles, and how bad if they get you a golden ticket, like Neil? Okay, so you go for like a budget option, or Draper, not Danger. Draper, Stringer, Degoe, Pendles, etc. So basically go down to a player if that gets you Neil. Okay, so Draper, no to injury prone in the ruck. Injury prone in the ruck, no good. Stringer, no, injury prone and inconsistent. Degoe, no. Pendlebury, yes. Pendlebury and Neil, do it. Yep. So you can do that. Pendlebury, Haynes, Mackay, probably the 3 cheap ones. Would you trade Travis Mack? Would you trade Bose for Haynes? Might be the last chance after another 35k drop. Yeah, just piss Bose off. They're screwing with. This is so annoying. When I picked him, I even said it. As soon as Lukosius goes back, Bose is destroyed. And it happened. Bose has scored well literally every game by like 1 without Lukosius. So that's what happens when you get speculative. But yes, Bose to Haynes, I would do that. Any good midfielders under 540? Taranto, Brayshaw. I think they're fine. That's from Corey. I have 7 trades and 2 upgrades to make. Am I in a bad spot? I think you want to go down to 3 injury trades. Go down to 2 if you absolutely have to. No less than that. Stephen McKenzie. Should I get Bramble over Edwards this week, as it just gives me enough cash to upgrade Dev Robbo to Dangerfield? Yes. Oh, you can hold off a week if you want. Oh no, you got to grab Edwards this week. Or should I get Bramble over Edwards? Yeah, that's fine. Assuming you got Newcomb cover and someone else to cover, should be fine. Worth paying up for someone like Steele or going down to Lockie Neal? Yeah, just go Neal for 50k cheaper. I love Steele. I think, yeah, he's going to be one that might hurt you, but so will Neal. Thoughts on Aaron Norton in a few weeks as a fun F6? Yes, absolutely. He's going to be like 330, 320k, I think, because of his 17 on the weekend. So if he looks fit in 1 or 2 weeks, he's good for 80 average, 85 average, like he has been this year. So that's fine. But again, it's like it's a budget pick. You only pick that in that situation. This question's super long. Josh Lucas. What's better, Waitman and I'll make it smaller. Waitman and CCJ for Pendles and a rookie, or Brockman and Edwards. Brockman to Edwards, and then finish the team next week and go CCJ to Neal. Yeah, do the second one. CCJ to Neal next week. Should we trade Danaher next week? You can keep him if you have to. Otherwise, get rid of him. Thoughts on Brayshaw and Jones to Neal and Edwards this week? We'll have 1 upgrade left and 4 trades. That's okay. Feels kind of bad doing that. You can do it if you want, if that means you finish your team with 2 injury trades left. It doesn't delay your next upgrade, so that's fine. Excuse me. Ryan Mello. George, you pick Guthrie as a pod. You got to remember that when you pick a pod, you also might cop an injury that no one else does. Sets you back. Not always better to go the pod route. I know far better than anyone about this, because in 2019 I had Steele, he got injured. I had Sloan, he got injured. I think I had Matt Crouch, he got injured. I had started Josh Kelly, he got injured. Just non-stop injuries everywhere to pods. I had Miller down back, injury, but he was injury prone. So yes, it's very true. But with Guthrie, it was like Lions was a big pod at the time as well, so it was like one of the two, or Bont. But again, with Guthrie, I only went him because of his buy. That's the main reason, and that was wrong to do. So yeah. Anyway, last question, Jacob Petrie. Hey George, which of the following trades should I make? Only one. May to Stewart, short to Stewart. Okay, so would I go May to Stewart or short to Stewart? Probably go short because May's got a high ceiling, but short's a bit safer. So play for the ceiling, I guess. So probably trade short. Toronto, although if Hurley goes down, then definitely short, but you can't predict that. Taranto to a sub 600k mid. Langford to danger or MP to danger? I would go Langford to danger if his CBAs aren't good. I suppose you just brought Langford in though. Okay, don't worry about Stewart. Keep May in short. I think it's Langford to danger because of role uncertainty. But Langford might come good. He might get the CBAs. His score was only bad because of his contest, because of his what's it called? Disposal. So probably just go Langford to danger, I guess, only because he's lost CBAs. But he might come good. But I think, Langford to danger could be 20 points if Langford doesn't get his roll back. Impy to danger, maybe 15 points. Toronto to Neal or Jelly, probably 15 points. Assuming Jelly and Neal 120, and then Toronto 105. Short 95, Stewart 110, May 95, Stewart 110. Stewart could do more. So yeah, probably Langford to danger. That way you get less risk as well. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you guys next week.